1. 1. Halloween slasher survival, $1 or your grave. We were told it was a challenge. Survive the night in an abandoned slaughterhouse. $1 million on the line. No rules, no escape. Doors rigged to lock, cameras everywhere. The host smirked. Some say the prize is cursed. No one who wins leaves the same. We laughed until the first scream. It came from the far hall. My friend ran to check. A chainsaw roared. Blood misted the light above us. I slipped, tiles slick with something warm. My second friend barricaded a room with meat hooks. The door splintered, his scream shredded by something gleeful. I was alone, the briefcase in my hand. The prize takes you, I whispered, breathing sharp. I turned, empty masks floated midair, shadows coiling behind them. My friends' voices rasped from nowhere. Join us. I sprinted, door dead bolted. The walls pulsed. The slaughterhouse was alive. Something watched through the pipes. I opened the case. The money twitched, warm like skin. Then something began carving my name into the wall, letter by letter. I didn't win. I was claimed. Two. Eldritch Portal Nightmare, Beyond the Veil. We built a machine to rip open dimensions, called it Project Threshold. Prize was 500K for anyone who entered and returned. Proof of the unknown. Fame, riches. I just wanted views. My friend volunteered. Easy clout, he said. Then stepped in. He screamed midway, his voice bubbled like wax melting in a microwave. Then static. Silence. The portal sparked green. Something reached out. A black-veined hand, fingers too long, moving wrong. My other friend panicked. Stepped in after him. We need to get him back. He came back wrong. Face burned with ancient symbols. Mouth foaming curses that made our ears bleed. The entity needs a host, the host whispered. The price was never money. Whispers swarmed. Something wrapped around my ankle, wet, cold, pulling. I screamed, slammed the emergency switch. The portal collapsed, singed air and dead lights. The cache glowed green, smelled like burnt ozone. I checked the final camera feed. My own face stared back at me, but it blinked first and smiled. That thing made it through, and it's wearing me. Three, Folk Horror Curse, Harvest Moon's Price. The village was off-map, no signal, no roads, just fields, bones, and silence. The locals welcomed us with forced smiles, said we'd awakened the cycle, 250K to film and survive the harvest ritual. One catch, it needed a sacrifice. I pulled the short straw, the others laughed. The host handed me a ceremonial cloak, just stay in the circle till dawn. The villagers chanted, voices echoing as if underground. My feet trembled. The earth cracked. Roots shot up, coiling around my legs. Thorns dug in. I screamed, cut, but the crew was silent. One ran. The shadows stretched, caught him, dragged him into the corn. Caught. His eyes glowed white before he vanished. Another tried calling for help, his mouth filled with soil. The host's voice grew twisted. Feed the soil, or become it. I clawed free, bloodied, alone. I found the money buried near a tree stump, wrapped in skin. When dawn came, I escaped, but something followed. The moon never left the sky. Dirt crusts under my fingernails, even days later. And sometimes when I close my eyes, I hear the crops whispering my name. The harvest isn't done, and I think I'm next. Four, Frankenstein's Rebirth, Lightning's Hunger. We were paid to play God, build a body, stitch it from anonymous donors, shock it to life. If it said your name, you won $1 million. No one expected it to work. Lightning struck, the heart monitor spiked, the body twitched, then sat upright. Pale eyes rolled beneath stitched lids. Hunger, it rasped. My friend leaned in. Say Chandler, he joked. The creature's hand lashed out, crushed his wrist like a crisp packet. Bones jutted through skin. Another friend ran to pull the plug. The thing moved faster than any human, slicing him across the gut. Blood soaked the tiles. The lights flickered. It's remembering, I shouted. The creature turned to me. Its mouth cracked open. My name spoken in overlapping voices, some female, some ancient, all dead. I grabbed a copper rod and shoved it through its chest. Lightning arced, flesh blistered, machine smoked. The case shorted out in the blood puddle, but something in the shadows kept twitching. I backed away. Then I heard it again. My name, whispered from the slab. The storm was supposed to end, but it started something worse. 5. Vampire Serum Trial. Eternal Thirst. We volunteered for a vampire simulation. 750K if you resisted the thirst for 24 hours. Just a serum, some blood packs, and a crypt set. Cameras rolling. Legal disclaimers. The host smiled, "You'll feel hunger, nothing more." They lied. The injection burned like acid. My pulse roared in my ears. My friend's eyes turned crimson. He sniffed the air. Smells alive. Then bit the crew. Screams. Real blood. No acting. I chained myself to an altar, breath ragged. My veins pulsed black. Night fell. My chains snapped like floss. Something inside me howled. Another friend lapped blood from the floor. He turned, teeth gleaming, and hissed, "Join us!" I ran. Crypt walls twisted, coffins opened, the cameras fizzled, filming stopped, the game was over. Dawn came. I staggered out, the others were dust. The money dripped red in my hands, soaked through. I should have left it. But the thirst didn't leave me. It still gnaws behind my teeth, and every time I pass a mirror, I don't cast a reflection anymore. Immortality isn't a reward, it's the curse. Here is the second half of Season 16, Episodes 6 to 10, now fully expanded to 150 to 200 words each, all back to back and ready to read with no annotations. 6. Ed Gein's Mask, Dead's Revenge, $400 to wear a handmade skin mask for one night. No mirrors, no removals, no interruptions. That was the deal. They said it was donor material, ethically sourced. But when I put it on, it pulsed. Warm. Alive. My friend whispered, "It's me." His voice cracked. I laughed until his nose started bleeding. He clawed at his face, peeled it. Flesh came off like wet paper. He dropped, screaming, twitching. Another guy tried a different mask. It fused to his skull. His mouth moved, but it wasn't his voice. It hissed, then bit into someone's throat. Blood spurted like a fountain. I yanked my own mask off. Skin tore from my cheeks. The pain felt deserved. The walls were covered in old masks, stitched together. They writhed, reached, formed one massive face. Eyes opened. The cash was sewn into hide, still warm, still damp. I grabbed it, but something clung to my wrist. My reflection blinked, then smiled, then stepped out of the glass. I never blinked. Now I'm the one behind the mirror, and it's wearing me. Seven. Cult Abyss Initiation, Whispered Doom 600K. All you had to do was fake a cult initiation. Say the oaths, descend into a carved pit, spend 1 hour underground. That's it. I didn't believe in demons until the pit whispered. We lit torches. The guide said, "Repeat after me." We mocked the words, Latin gibberish. Give all. Be hollow. My friend descended first. Screams echoed seconds later. We found him curled in dirt, his eyes gone, hollowed. "Brothers await," he whispered. Then he attacked, biting, forcing another into the pit. That one came back changed. Skin pale, voice like rusted chains. I pretended to finish the ritual, then climbed out fast, hands shaking. "Convert or drown," the guide hissed, voice no longer human. I ran. The others crumbled into ash behind me. I escaped. But the pit is still open. I wake up choking dirt, hear whispers from vents. The cash was in my bag, but it reeks of rot. I swore a fake oath, but something real heard me. Ah. 8. Black Phone Echo, ghostly trap $300 to escape a grabber's lair using only a haunted phone. We thought it was a prank escape room until the phone rang before we even started. "Run left," the voice hissed. My friend obeyed, his leg shattered in a spring-loaded trap, bone stabbing out like a blade. Another tried the ceiling vent. Something yanked him up mid-scream. We never saw him again. I picked up the phone. Static. Then, my own voice. "Don't listen. They lie." It was me, crying, begging. I slammed the receiver down. The lights flickered. Walls closed in. A new message scratched into the floor. Pick up. I didn't. I bashed the phone apart, found a hidden key. The door creaked open. The briefcase waited in a nest of wires, cash pulsing with static. I grabbed it and ran. But now every phone I touch rings, and every time I answer, it's me, begging for help I never gave. 9. Zombie outbreak. Real infection spreads. It was supposed to be fake. A staged zombie outbreak with actors and cameras. $800 if you made it 24 hours. We joked during setup, can we get eaten for content? Then the host bit someone. Not staged, not a prop. Blood gushed. Screaming. Someone yelled, he's not acting. Barricades went up. My friend jammed a door shut with a chair. Rotting hands burst through it anyway. Another friend sprinted into the street. Just chaos. People gnawed on each other, eyes milky. They multiplied. Fast, I ran toward the safe house. Tripped, the vaccine vial shattered in my hand. Hope gone. The case was there, sealed in biohazard plastic. I grabbed it, breath ragged. Then the moans behind me grew louder, closer. The streets reeked of iron and rot. I don't know if I'm infected. I don't feel like me anymore. But my reflection hesitates. The cameras were still rolling, and the outbreak was real. 10. Haunted Mirror. Rebel Reflections, 200K if you stare into a cursed mirror for 10 hours without blinking or breaking eye contact. If your reflection stays still, you win. Easy, right? 10 minutes in, mine blinked. I didn't. My friend laughed. You flinched. Then his reflection smiled and didn't stop. It reached forward, cracked the glass, pulled him in. His scream echoed behind the mirror like an echo trapped in a jar. Another guy smashed his mirror. His reflection spilled out in shards, crawling toward him like broken glass spiders. He bled out, cut by his own face. I stared harder. Mine grinned, whispered, we've waited. I looked away. Too late. The mirror reformed. My reflection stepped out, one heartbeat off from me. It moves when I don't, breathes when I hold mine. The cache reflected 1,000 versions of me, all watching, all smiling. I broke every mirror in my house. Didn't matter. They're still watching. They're still watching.